I saw that, Rick. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Hello, everybody. This is a big one. We have a lot of announcements happening here, a lot to share, and I'm really excited to be with you right now. This holiday season has been incredible. I've been here with my family. It's snowing outside. It's just the perfect postcard Christmas. It's really been something. It's also been really emotional. You know how it is when you're back with your family. This has been an incredible year, obviously, for a lot of us. There's been a lot of ups and downs, and there's a lot of tension and compression too. So I want to acknowledge that, and all of us as a community, how amazing it's been to be a part of this community with you. Your support for what we're doing as a mission, as a pool, and as being a part of this community has just been constant inspiration. I find myself sometimes just really pushing the edge and constantly raising the bar and wanting to do better. So this show is going to be a few things. Hello, banks are not your friends. Thanks so much for coming. I know who you are. And Rick, thanks for being here. Really appreciate you. I'm really feeling your support. I'm a little nervous today. There's a lot of announcements and a lot of excitement and just some incredible news. So I'll get right to it. So what we're covering today are three main topics. The first one is going to be the letters from the children that we've been sponsoring in Ethiopia. I came home last week from a trip, and this entire time that we've been sponsoring these children, we've been sponsoring 2 new children every month for the last 13 months. This is actually a year, right around today, that we made this announcement that we were going to do this, and we've done it. We're now sponsoring 26 children. 22 of those children are in Ethiopia, and 4 of the children in Malawi in Africa. And the heartbreaking part about this story has been I've had absolutely no contact with the children in Ethiopia at all. And that's largely due to the fact that there's been a war in the Tigray region of that country that started in November of 2020. From the latest intel that I've gathered from some contacts that I now have that are actually in the country of Ethiopia, things seem to be settling down a little bit. The war seems to be subsiding somewhat. I don't have a lot of information on just how much, but the fact that I just got these letters in the mail, 1 letter from each of 15 different children that have written back to us. We wrote to them when we started sponsoring them a year ago and for the months after that, and we haven't heard from any of them. So to be able to hear from them now and be able to share this with you is incredible. So I'm going to share each one of these letters with you. I'm doing this because you've made this possible. Right? I'm not here alone. I'm here because of the support that we have as a staking pool, the support that we have from this incredible global community. It's really been amazing, and I feel your support. And the only reason I'm even still here is because you're here. I think it's amazing that with everything that's happened, with all of the FUD that we see, Cardano, and all of the attacks against the way that we're innovating the space and the way that we're really revolutionizing this technology, this community is so coherent, it's so beautiful, and we've grown so much. And honestly, it's because of you guys that I'm still here and able to do this. So this is my gift back to you for showing you what you're a part of and the family that you're a part of and the beauty that you're a part of creating. Each one of these is a life that you have changed forever. And some of this energy is coming back to us, and I might get I definitely feel a lot of emotion with this, so I'm hoping I don't completely break down. So I'm going to start by, I haven't read these letters yet. This is the first time I'm seeing them. Hey Eric, good to see you. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. I couldn't wait for the new year. It's just too much to share. I'm too excited. And I know that a lot of us needed to take some time. You know how crypto is, it's 24/7, right? So we need to take some time to be with our families. So I really hope that you have taken some time to be with your families, and that maybe you're with them right now, and they get to see this and enjoy this and celebrate this incredible news and this incredible thing that we're doing here. Jordan, hello everybody. My sister Sabrina is going to be joining us here soon, and so is my partner Lauda. She's here, giving me energetic support. And so here we go. I'm going to be sharing these letters for starters. I'm going to open up the first one, and I'm also going to be sharing a picture of the child that wrote this letter. Okay, so these letters came from Ethiopia. They have stamps, their return address. Looks like they all came through a central office there at their headquarters in Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia, and they made their way out to me. So this is the first time that I'm seeing these, and I can't believe there's 15 all at once. I don't know if they just saved it all up for me or what this was about, but here they are. All right, this is from Solomon. Solomon was one of the first children that we sponsored. So the letters are, there are two things. They're a drawing that the child has made, and they're also answers to questions. You know, let me get a picture of Solomon here for you so you can see him. He's actually also behind me. So Solomon is this child up here on the top. This is Solomon. The children up here, they are arranged by their birthday. Okay, so Solomon's birthday is coming up. The first birthday is on the left with Getachew. That's in December. And then the birthdays go all through the year, all the way up until this month. Let me show you a picture of Solomon. Solomon has also grown, right? So some of these children, they're obviously growing with us. And so what Save the Children does is it shows us their growth over time, okay? So this is Solomon now over here. This is Solomon when he was 10. And then this is the picture that I actually have of him when I first started sponsoring him, and this is him now, okay? That's a good idea, Jordan. Thank you. Yes, you know, the NFT space is so interesting, and I'm really trying to still fully understand how to make the best use of that. You know, one of the first uses is going to be probably to make NFTs out of these letters. I'll talk to Save the Children about how to deal with actual images of the children. It's a different story. And other aspects of this sponsorship that we're in. I'm very curious about how much of it we can bring in there. Okay, so this first letter from Solomon, the food he likes to eat is meat. This thing that he enjoys doing is studying. His favorite season is autumn, and his favorite color is red. And this is the beautiful drawing that he did. And you can see there along the right side of this letter that they're writing in Amharic. That's the language of Ethiopia that these children are speaking in. It's an interesting language. It's a symbolic language, totally different from anything I've ever seen before. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next letter here. Keeping track of everybody. Holy macaroni, yes. There's so many ideas here, and that's one of the things I love about this community is that we are very good at turning our ideas into reality. That's something that has inspired me day in and day out here. It's almost as if this community is really just a big canvas for creativity. with infinite potential, infinite possibilities, right? What I'm sharing here with you guys is just one of so many, and then it's grown so much. I can't believe it. Okay, this is Fasika. So I'm gonna find Fasika here. You guys can see her up close. There she is, of course, way at the bottom. So this is Fasika. She's 8 years old. And this is the letter that she wrote. This is her drawing. The food that she likes best is mango. She loves rope jumping. Her favorite season is summer. And her favorite color is yellow. So far I'm seeing that both of these letters have something that is growing inside of it. I don't know how much these children know about who we are and what we're doing. The children that received our letters know a little bit about us. I've told them a little bit about who we are, and that we're not just one person, that we're actually a community. There are many of us that are doing this together and making this possible and making this impact. So this is the second letter. I'm curious to see if there's a pattern here. how much they know about us. Huh? Can you? Okay. Lada's offering to help me with the going through the pictures. I'm hoping that all of the children are in this particular deck. We don't have all the pictures yet from all of them. Okay. Oh, thanks for that, Rick. Jesus, yeah, I've had the mic back here. Okay, let me double check and make sure that all these sources are right. My gosh. Yeah, thanks for that feedback, Rick. I'm gonna keep, Jesus. I don't know if I need to do that again or what. Let me know, guys, if you had, any of you who are still here on the live stream. I see there's 10 of you watching. Please make a comment if you were not able to hear what I was saying. And I suspect, you're going to be able to hear this a lot better now. But if you weren't able to hear what I was saying, please let me know. Okay. And I will go back and repeat. I will go back and repeat that. All right. Thanks so much, Rick. So what happens when the nerves kick in? Forget the mic is behind you. Oh man. Okay. So I really am opening these letters here for the first time. This one's really sticky. Okay. All right, so this is Afework. Afework. Afework is back here. He's the fourth child in. You see him up here. This is his drawing and his letter. So the food he likes best is spaghetti. He enjoys playing football. His favorite season is winter, and his favorite color is blue. Oh, wow. Yes. Now this letter is a little different. It's not following the same format. This is Mekides. So this is Mekides up here. It's just this is her drawing. Um, you know, I think it's just, it was such a long year. You know, there's a hearing from them, and I didn't know if they were okay or what was going on with them, and that war in Tigray and everything, you know. So it's more joy than anything than receiving, you know, just knowing that they're there and that. Oh. All right, so this one's different. Oh, thanks, Rick. So this letter is it's written in Amharic and then it's translated. So I'm gonna read it to you. Hello, dear Raymond Mata. How are you and your family doing? I'm fine. I have received the letter you sent me. Thank you very much. I want to be a doctor when I grow up. I enjoy rope jumping and ball playing sports. Looking forward to hearing from you soon. Okay, that was Mekides. Her smile was like, it's always gotten me. All right. I can't believe I'm doing this with you all here. Thank you so much for sharing these moments with me. You know, this is all of you who are here and for seeing this, and this is why we're here, right? Okay. This is another drawing and letter. This is from Keney. She's over here on the end of this first row on top. She came in with Solomon. This is her now. You can see her growth from the first picture there until now. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. So this is her drawing that she's made. Looks like a village and a home and chicken and things are either dreaming for or already have, and maybe because of what we're doing here. Hello, dear Raymond Mata. How are you and your family doing? I have received the letter that you sent me. And I also want to be a doctor when I grow up and when I complete my schooling. I am looking forward to hearing from you soon. You know, I'm looking at the date on this letter, and it was written in May 18th of this year. This tells me that the war in Tigray and Ethiopia, the way that it interrupted correspondence, the letters were being written, but they weren't able to be delivered. And part of the reason for that, I was told, is because a lot of these communities are very rural. The only way to get to them is either by camel, on foot, or on a bike. And so the mail carriers that are bringing the mail to them need to take these routes. And so the mail is exchanging many hands in many cases. So I'm not surprised that this letter was written in May, and we're seeing it now. Okay. Just making sure the live is still on and that my laptop isn't running out of batteries. Thank you, Marcel. Thank you so much. Marcel from Titan, incredible work that Titan and Marcel and Ola from Ola's Pool have done. CC Vault wallet, amazing. I use that wallet. It's my favorite wallet. It's really incredible what they've done. I'll probably show it off a little later here. Okay. This letter is from Muluken. So Muluken is this guy right here. He's got the mohawk going on. Looks like he's some future law enforcement. So here's Muluken. He has his, I'm gonna cover that information. He has his drawing. The food he likes best is bread. He loves playing football. His favorite season is summer, and his favorite color is green. This is from Muluken. I remember the first time I saw Muluken, I just felt that like he's got that law enforcement police warrior going to stand up for what is right feel to him. Incredible. Thank you so much, Marcel. Again, I'm seeing you in the comments. Feel free to comment, guys. It really helps a lot. Okay, this letter is from Kiros. And this is Kiros over here. He was 5 when we first started sponsoring him. And this is his drawing. His favorite food is mango. He loves playing football. His favorite season is summer, and his favorite color is blue. You see, football is pretty popular with these guys. I'm not sure if this is football as we know it in the United States, or if it's the football, soccer football. I have a feeling it's soccer football. That's a more popular sport in those areas from what I've gathered in the research that I've done. And there's a gift actually that Save the Children has that we can give children, that we can purchase for them, and it's a soccer ball. In fact, I'll make an announcement about that later, but yeah, we can actually gift that if we want to. All right, Sabrina's going to be joining us here now soon. Good timing. And I want to thank Lauda for helping me. This is Kiros. Beautiful child. My dream and hope is that something changes in the policy, and I'm able to meet these children. Right now, we're not able to meet them. We're able to have this correspondence with them, but we're not able to meet them in person yet. And I know that's something that Save the Children has done in the past, and I hope that that's something that comes back. That means a lot to me to be able to visit with them someday. Okay, this is Zewde. Zewde is over here. This girl. Mango looks like it's very popular. She loves running. Her favorite season is summer, and her favorite color is green. And that looks like a soccer ball to me, like a colored soccer ball. And this is Zewde up close. You can see that, the images that they have, some of these children have just recently entered into the sponsorship program of Save the Children, so we don't have older images of them. And other children have been with Save the Children for a number of years. Some of the children that we sponsor have been waiting for sponsorship for over 2 years. In one case, or almost 2 years, one was like 550 days. some of these first children we started here, they had been waiting a long time for sponsorship. And then other children are newer. They've been waiting maybe for a month. Okay. It's interesting that some of the letters are in different formats. I think that has to do maybe with the different places that they're in. I'm sure that all these children are not in the same village or rural area. So they probably have different ways of correspondence and of coming back. So this is Workanesh. Workanesh is here. Here's Workanesh. She looks like she was like, okay, I'll do the picture. So this is her drawing. And she loves mango too. Mango is very popular, playing handball. Favorite season is spring, and her favorite color is red. Yeah, it looks like the same staff. So I can see some of these children are together in the same village. They have the same staff members who are signing their letters and helping them write these letters. So that's encouraging. I get the sense that we're working with maybe 2 or 3 rural communities in Ethiopia. Mango is a good choice. It is, right? I'm happy to know that that they have a favorite food, and that it's something that hopefully is growing in that area. I know my experience with mango in Hawaii, it doesn't like it to be too wet. It actually prefers it to be more sun and a little drier, but it does like moisture. So, I'm not really sure. Ethiopia is not all desert, right? It has its jungles and its mountains, its different terrains, and its different environments and niches. So it'd be interesting to know what theirs is like, and if this is mango that's actually available, or if it's coming from market. Okay, this is Halfdom. Halfdom was the very first girl that we sponsored along with Getachew. Okay, and Halfdom is up here next to Getachew. Here's a up close picture. Quite a striking transformation in Halfdom over a 2-year period. Quite a bit of growth there. Here's her drawing. The food she likes best, I'm reading that as Sarah. Not sure what that is. Something I enjoy doing is music. Her favorite season is spring, and her favorite color is red. And this is signed by a different staff member. So this might either be another staff member or another community that they're in. I'm going to have to decode the food that she likes best. Okay. I'm hoping you guys can hear me okay. Rick, coffee grows in Ethiopia too. Yeah. And coffee also grows in Hawaii. I have a sense that there are areas that are of similar climate. Coffee loves dry, mineral-rich soil that actually is very rocky. At least the coffee that I actually grew coffee for a short time, and I harvested it and even sold it by the pound to local buyers that just wanted bulk coffee that was growing in the farms nearby. So that was always interesting. That's when I learned that you can eat the coffee bean raw. When you take the skin off of the coffee, there's a pulp inside. And that pulp is actually really yummy. It's sweet. Cacao also has a pulp like that. When you break the cacao pod open, there's a pulp that goes around the bean. It's super yummy. It's also used for fermenting the bean and making chocolate out of it. Okay, so this is a letter that was also written again by Workanesh. And Werkanesh wrote this. This is a letter where it's the full letter. It's translated. And she wrote this in June of this year. So these children were writing these letters, but we weren't getting them because the mail routes were all clogged up from the war and all the interruptions that you're seeing. So this is the drawing that Werkanesh made on this letter. And looking at this drawing here, this tree this is the third time I've seen this tree in this shape. So I'm guessing that this is probably something that is a tree that is growing around them, maybe even a mango tree. Let's see this letter. Hello, dear Raymond Mata. How are you and your family? I am fine. We live in a small countryside town surrounded by mountains, and the weather is so hot. I like reading books and helping my parents by fetching water and some other works at home. I want to be a doctor when I grow up. This is the third child that is aspiring for this. Thank you for the best wish in my life. Looking forward to hear from you soon. Stay safe. Yeah. Werkanesh. Bring Werkanesh back. Can you imagine her with a huge smile? For those of you joining us now, I'm reading letters that have been written to us from children that we've been sponsoring over this last year. A year ago, we took on the mission to sponsor 2 children every month for a total of 13 months. We started in December, and we're now sponsoring 26 children. We have been completely cut off from the majority of these children due to the war in the Tigray region of Ethiopia, where 22 of the children reside. And I'm seeing from the letters that I'm sharing here with you now that they've been writing. We just haven't been getting them. And so I'm sharing them with you. And just one by one, we got 4 more letters to go here. 15 of the 22 children in Ethiopia have written a letter so far. Okay. This is a letter from Dessalegn. If I'm saying that right. Dessalegn. Dessalegn is right here. Dessalegn. Dessalegn is actually a child that came in to replace another child that needed to leave the program, I think because they moved out of the region. This is Dessalegn. You can see how young he was just prior to coming on with us. I'm literally looking forward to seeing those other images through the years. So Dessalegn is from Dehana, and he replaced a child that we took on early on, and he came in, I think, with a June birthday. And here is Dessalegn's letter to us. Writing us, his food is bread. He loves playing football too. His favorite season is summer, and his favorite color is yellow. I'm surprised, honestly, at how many of the children find summer to be their favorite season. I'm really curious. I would think summer is just like overwhelmingly hot, right? But maybe it's different there. I'm not sure. I'll have to find out more about, the seasons and what's happening and why a lot of these children prefer the summer, except for Werkanesh. She's like, it's too hot. And she was more specific about where she is. She's in a rural countryside. And I know sometimes just from experience in Hawaii, the valleys, sometimes they get really hot and the air gets a little more stagnant sometimes when the wind's not blowing. And so that builds up the heat in those areas. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's happening. Okay, Rick, favorite food, injera. Thank you for that. Injera. I looked up on Google. Okay, so that's what that was. Okay, we'll have to look that up. I'm not sure what injera looks like. Maybe, maybe you could tell us if it's a fruit or a vegetable or. Okay. All right, here's Birtukan. Birtukan is up here. And here's a close-up of her. This is Birtukan. And you can see that this is before we took her on when she was, how old was she there? 8? Yeah. Wow, it's quite a transformation in 1 year. This happens a lot, right? When children are these young, they're growing so much. Okay, here's Birtukan's drawing. And again, her favorite food is mango. Playing football is her favorite sport. Her favorite summer is also, her favorite season is summer, and her favorite color is also green. I'm really curious now, and I want these mangoes. Mango is the favorite food. Oh, I remember the first time I had a fresh mango. I was in Hawaii. I was actually on a farm. And it was my first experience taking care of a very large farm. It was 80 acres, but we were only maybe stewarding about 1 or 2 of it. We were growing coffee and we were starting to grow papaya. And there are a lot of cows and pigs here that we had to watch out for too. And there's this big mango tree right in the middle of the property. And it just started dropping mangoes. And I remember this one day, it was super hot. We were working really hard and we took a break to have lunch and we ate under this mango tree and we literally picked mangoes up off the ground and ate them together. And that's my first memory of a fresh mango. It was incredible. So sweet and luscious and juicy and just life affirming. And mango trees are so interesting, really. They really are very picky about where they grow and how they grow. But no matter whether they're putting fruit out or not, I have seen in my travels, especially in Hawaii, I have seen gigantic mango trees that are hundreds of years old. And what tends to grow under them are these really beautiful tea leaves, they call them. The Hawaiians used to use the tea leaves for healing ceremonies and for ritual and for also for dress and adornment. It's an incredible plant. And I always saw them growing together. It was always tea leaves growing under mango. Okay, this letter is also from Solomon. So Solomon wrote 2 letters. And this letter was written in the letter writing format back in May. Again, this is Solomon back over here up on the top. And this is his drawing. Notice that tree. It's the same tree that many of the children are drawing. And I noticed there's a round object in a lot of them. And the sense I got from at least 3 of them was that it's probably a football. And here's Solomon again. Not sure what happened to the smile on the last photo. I wonder how he's doing over there. Sometimes I look in the background of these photos and I notice that about 1/3 to 1/2 of the children we're sponsoring have very similar backgrounds. And what I've been told by the office there in Ethiopia is that a lot of the children are in the same place. So at this point, I'm gathering that a lot of the children are being sponsored. Hopefully, at this point, know about each other, and are sharing and aware that we're here for them, and that there's a whole community that is taking care of them and sending them energy. Okay, Solomon's letter. Hello, dear Raymond Mata. How are you? I'm happy to hear, happy with your day. I wish you, and thank you. I usually like to read books after coming back from school, and I also enjoy playing football with my friends, and I help my family at home. I hope you will send me letters soon. Yeah. Okay. Oh, for a little while there, I wasn't sure if my letters were getting to them. And so now that I know that they are and that they will, I'm going to keep writing them and just pray that they get to them. It's the ones who have received our letters. I can tell just from holding the letter that it meant a lot to them. Okay, this is also from Halfdom. So Halfdom wrote another letter. Halfdom is this child over here next to Getachew, up there where my finger's pointing. This is her drawing. This one definitely has, and she's one of the children that like to play with football. So you can see that this is a big thing for them. And her letter. This was written also on May 18th. And I can see that there's a number of letters that must have come from the same village, because it's the same assistance that they're getting. Hello, dear Raymond Mata. How are you and your family? I am fine. I have received the letter you sent me. Thank you. I am happy to get to know each other. I like helping my family coming back from school. Looking forward to hear from you soon. Till then, stay safe. Yeah. Stay safe. Here I am wanting to go and rescue them and get them out of that place, and they're telling me to stay safe. It's one of the things that has always inspired me and just shown me to open my eyes that these children are souls on this planet. They have strength. They have dreams. They have a power, and just with what we're helping them with, and in this case, it looks like we're helping a whole village by helping all these children. We're giving them a chance to show us that incredible, beauty that they have and the power that they have to maybe they have answers to some of the things that we're struggling with, right? Maybe they have a way through the challenges that we feel stuck with, and we don't know because all of their energy is going to survival. So I'm going to thanks for chiming in, guys. Harry Stewart, Sandra, thank you for joining us. This has been an incredible experience to share this with you. And, again, the only reason that we're here and this is possible in this way, sponsoring this many children. And here's the other thing you guys need to know. The mission started as 2 children every month for 13 months. That was a year ago. We've achieved the mission goal and we're not stopping. There's no reason to stop with all of the support that we're getting from the community and all the growth that we've seen as a pool and as a project. There's no reason to stop. I'm going to continue to sponsor 2 new children every month for as long as I can. And we're not able to, I don't know if that's changed because the letters are coming in now, but up until about 2 months ago, we were sponsoring children in Ethiopia in alignment with the project and with the presence that Cardano as an ecosystem has there, right? And the war made it impossible for the correspondence to reach the children, and they just all went into a lockdown situation. From what I'm hearing, things are improving, and maybe we'll be able to sponsor children in Ethiopia again. Right now, we cannot. The children that are available to us are from other countries. So we've begun sponsoring children in Malawi. And we now have 4 children that we're sponsoring there. 2 of the children that we're sponsoring in Malawi are here, Liviness and Maladisto. These are these 2 children here on the bottom right of the chart. The other 2 or 4 actually, they come in packages from Save the Children, and I haven't received their package yet. They're a little behind. It's been over a month since I started sponsoring them. So this is incredible moment of gratitude for me, to you, and to this community, to all of you who are here. Thank you. Even for the ones who are passing through, the time that you spent supporting us matters. It made it possible. And for those of you who have been loyal to us, I know a few of you are here on this call. Your loyalty is amazing. Loyalty is probably one of the things that a stake pool operator like me here in this ecosystem, it is the most important thing, right? It's what makes the mission possible. It's how we grow. So I'm always building that. And I really appreciate those of you who have been with us all of this time. There are some of you who have been with us since Epoch 1. 208 was the first epoch that we came on mainnet. We're at 310 now. We just closed 310. We just went through that boundary. Over 100 epochs we've been together. That's 5 days per epoch. It's over a year we've been doing this. And it's so true what they say, right? We're just beginning. So now we're going to move on here. We've been in this, how long have we been together? There's still a lot of announcements. I think I'm just a little under an hour now. So for me, when I came out of the Cardano summit in September, I got to meet so many of you. And that was beautiful to finally actually be in person with you guys and give you big hugs and see what you feel like and smell like and sound like. And I wasn't any less inspired or blown away. Thank you, Lauda. My partner was here with me, and I really appreciate you being there with me and helping me with this. That's the thing that a lot of people don't see, is that the only reason that this is even possible is because I have the support of my family. The Grow team is all of you out there with us and my family that makes it possible for me to sit here with you guys and do this kind of work day in and day out. This would not be possible. Well, thank you, Lauda and Zeleha and Celestina and Sabrina and my father and my mother and my brother and all of our family and our friends that are making this possible. There's so many of you who are on this ride with us. So Cardano Summit 2021 was big, and for a lot of us, especially for those of us, I think, that were in person. It really made a big difference. And then I even witnessed some of my SPO friends just make that choice to go live, right? To completely go full time with Cardano. And I've seen a number of us do that with you. Thank you, Martin. I'm feeling you too. Martin from AT Ada Pool in Austria. such an incredible part of the stake pool community, the stake pool operators. So many of us are using tools that Martin writes, our experience with being able to use Ledger and Trezor and all of those hardware wallets at the CLI level and beyond. Martin's a really big part of a lot of those tools and a lot of the proposals that are in place to make that possible. So definitely please follow his work, Rick, and everything that you do for this community that you've been doing ever since you got here. You have inspired me. I'm here because of you and people like you who continue to bring awareness to what we're doing here with Cardano and crypto as an industry. So I keep coming out of this summit. So the summit experience, what it did for me is it said, okay, I've come this far. We're sponsoring 26 children. We've pioneered the charity space here in this ecosystem. We brought transparency and integrity to the charity process here for delegators to know that we're actually sending the money where we say we're sending it. And there's a proof of donation that is on chain. You can actually see it for yourself and follow the path if you want. I'm always here to provide even more financial transparency around everything that we spend, what it costs us, how much revenue is going out there, how much profits are going out there. It's my job to provide that to you guys. Okay. So that's what I brought. One of the things I brought. And I left the summit feeling like, what is next? What is Grow going to do now? I'm going to keep sponsoring children. How do I raise the bar? What happens to those children when they grow up? When they leave the Save the Children program? What community do they go into? What do they do in their own communities? What kind of tools will they have to end poverty for themselves and the people around them and get to a better place? People savers go back. Okay, Wedi Shabia, go save Black American missing kids. Go donate to Martin Trevor family. You know, man, I'm feeling you. Let me take a moment here to address what you're saying. Okay, I invite you to join us or to create your own mission in making that impact. Instead of pointing the finger at someone who's trying to make a difference, show us the difference that you want to make with the heart and soul that you have for the people that you care about, that you see suffering. I'm here for you. I will stand behind you in that mission. I will personally meet you and come out to you and support you in that mission. That's what I would like to see. This isn't selective performance activism. This is actually supporting a project and communities and nations that are ready to take what we're doing and transform their society and their people. The reason that this is happening in Ethiopia is because Ethiopia and the government of Ethiopia, specifically the Ministry of Education of the government of Ethiopia, has signed up with our project to bring our technology to help 5 million students, 700,000 schools, and 3,000 teachers. We're making a difference there. I want to see you come up into this place and make a difference for yourself. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the rest of what I'm doing here. I invite you to listen to what we're about to share, and you'll see what we're doing here in this country also, and in other countries in the world. It doesn't just stop with this in Ethiopia with these 26 children. It goes on. There are millions of children that aren't even going to eat a meal tomorrow. A lot of them are going to die today. We're making a difference in their lives. None of this is for sale. Absolutely. We're not selling any of this. That's not why we're here. And if you follow what we're doing and how we've been doing it and for how long we've been doing it, you will see we're not here to sell anybody out. If you listen to any of the letters that I just read of the 15 children that just wrote me letters from Ethiopia, you will see they're waiting for us to write to them. They appreciate the support that we're giving them. We're making a difference in their life. This is just a model. This is just to show up and show you that this is a way of doing this. This is needed here in Black America. This is needed in every country I have ever been in and in all the countries I've never visited. This is something that is worldwide. And this isn't just helping children who are in poverty. There are other issues that we're going to be tackling that you're going to see here in this video and beyond. It's not just about whether they're getting food and medical supplies. It's whether they have an education after they get out of grade school and where they go after that. So,
I'm so excited.
I hear you, man. I hear your pain. I hear your frustration, and I'm gonna move on with this. Okay. I invite you to take what you feel in your heart, in your soul, for the people that you are seeing in pain and seeing in suffering. Ask for help. Ask to start making a difference in the lives of the people that you care about around you and in the lives of the people that are beyond that. Okay. Feel free to reach out to me. Okay. If you really want to do something and make a difference, I'm here for that. All right. So from here, okay, that's something I can do. All right, we're going to move on. So what's next? This is a real thing, and thanks for the rest of you who took the time to be patient with this. There's a lot of frustration out there. A lot of people look at this as performance activism. They look at charity as a space that fails to make us a real significant, substantial impact. They feel it's a waste of money. They feel that we're just white people who are claiming to help people with money and not really doing anything else. So what I'm about to show you is at least a small group of people who are actually making a difference on the ground with people in person. This isn't just about a charity and money that we throw into some problem and direction that we see and hope that it makes a difference. We can be involved, and we can be involved in many small ways around the whole world. And what I'm about to show you, I hope, is a model of what we can build together over and over and over again. This is just one example of someone who devoted their life to being humanitarian. Imagine if each of us takes some little action in that, the difference that we can make. Okay, Sabrina, thank you so much for coming here. You look beautiful. Thank you so much for hanging out, and check it out. You're sporting this is the very first time I've actually seen purple on a dress. This is awesome. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it came out really nice.
Whoa, we're going to share a little bit more about that later, guys. We have a launch that's just happening here with this. All of this is happening all at once. So I'm going to let Sabrina share a little bit more about that. She put a lot of work into it, and this is actually the first time I'm seeing this. So it's gorgeous. Very, very elegant. Okay, so I'm going to do a screen share. And I'm going to share the sound, and I'll be checking in with you guys to make sure that you can hear this. So please turn up the volume and enjoy this presentation. Hear it myself. Let me know if you can't hear it. Sabrina, let me know if there's any trouble with the sound. What is the power that you have inside of yourself? What are the gifts that you have inside of yourself that you're willing to share with everybody here? What is the power of Cardano? What are we doing for the world?
That's awesome, man. And you were really one of the first to, in my opinion, pioneer charity stake pools, to use Cardano's model to bring value to the world. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I think, the real challenge with charity in this ecosystem is a lot of people come here and for them, charity doesn't work, right? They haven't really seen demonstrated examples of the money being well spent and not mismanaged, it actually having an impact.
One of the big questions I had for myself after the Cardano Summit 2021 experience was, okay, Ray, you've made it this far. You helped pioneer the charity stake pool space, brought trust and transparency to the Delegator experience. Grow now sponsors 26 children and has donated over 13,000 ADA towards building an innovation hub serving children and their communities in Rwanda, Africa with Save the Children. What's next? How do you raise the bar from here? What happens to those 26 children when they become young adults? Is there a way for us to facilitate and support emerging young leaders in their aspiration and passion to bring their own communities to a better place?
Every day.
What if we supported global youth summits that bring together youth from around the world in cultural exchanges to develop leadership and community building skills? What if we set up a local innovative educational journey in humanitarian and visionary studies? A leadership incubation program stewarding a whole new opportunity for communities in poverty to follow their young leaders and find their way to a better place.
Msha Christabella from Burundi.
I'm Wano from Siaya, Kenya.
Sashi from Kenya.
Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda.
Kenya, Meru.
Born in Kenya.
Meru.
Nairobi, Kenya.
I'm a university student, blessed to be part of Global Youth Peace Summit. It has been amazing, something transforming me, and
it wasn't what I was expecting. It was much more
opening my eyes to see even beyond my limits.
It has been a life-changing experience.
Knowing more of myself.
So I understand others. The power of creating a family.
This family, I love this family.
Many youth like me, we have dreams, we have vision, but it's kind of hard according to our society and communities. They don't support us or they don't show us ways to realize our dreams.
Females who feel like they're discouraged and they don't know what they want in life.
Where people don't trust their neighbors.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Burundi, it's a beautiful country near Rwanda.
This is our flag. Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah. 75% of the population of Burundi is under 25. They are living in the past, they are living according to what they have had, but they are not trying to see ahead.
When there is no unit, there are no work, and there is no development. So in everything we have to do, it has to be in unity. You won't accomplish anything if you're just alone.
I'm seeing the youth of Burundi not being equipped enough, not being guided. This summit has been a blessing to me to open up my eyes.
Each youth have a voice, and that voice is so important.
I've learned so much.
Knowledge, some wisdom.
Things I struggled with, we all struggled with.
I was not the only one going through what I thought I was the only one going through.
It helped me discover my gifts.
I started forgiving myself.
This summit has helped me to see that I can go beyond my fears and do something will bring me to big things.
See more future leaders.
The power to help others. Spirit of love.
Embrace peace, inner peace.
And then peace without. Bring my dreams to reality. Feel free and happy.
Love, respect, honesty, community, one.
I will be a vessel to bring everything I've learned,
make an impact,
empower others,
help a global nation,
share the love and
help them heal.
There's power in making new family.
All that I am never seems to worship you.
The ideas that you had and the dreams that you had about a better world, you're holding them in your hand. You have that power in this community to turn what you think, what you imagine, and what you want to see the world look like into reality.
So that's why I came here. I saw that the community was capable and skilled enough to be able to maximize that flow of wealth and be able to generate a large field of abundance, not only for itself, but for the things around it.
This is what's next. Grow is aligning with the One Village project to bring you exactly this. 20 years ago, I was fortunate enough to meet one of the co-founders of this project, Vanessa Stone. Through the years, I witnessed from the sidelines Vanessa's incredible humanitarian journey. She is the founder of the Amala Foundation, an organization that has served over 6,000 youth with a unique blend of social emotional learning programs and cross-cultural connection programs that have spanned the globe, aimed at providing the next generation of leaders with a model of inclusion, compassion, commitment, and service to their communities. It only begins there. Vanessa has initiated and served as lead facilitator, inspired speaker, and mentor in many transformational projects, including the Global Youth Peace Summits, Camp Indigo, Bhati Mind School Project in India, Camp Mana, One Village Prison Project, African Youth Summits, and currently co-founder of the Institute for Emerging Visionaries.
Heart was yearning for something more, something deeper. I booked a one-way ticket to the Amazon of Ecuador.
By the time I was 13, we ended up at a refugee camp. The call started then, I would say.
That opportunity to be 16 and have had a life in Guatemala and then build a life in the US created a lot of perspective in how to be an immigrant in the world today.
In a time where we're building walls, pulling minerals out of the earth and throwing plastic into our oceans, I believe that standing with young visionaries who want to better the world and unite humanity is more needed than ever.
My mission is to go back to the Middle East and empower youth there to rise to their own power through trauma-informed healing.
And my vision is to reestablish humanity's role in stewarding forest systems.
The Institute for Emerging Visionaries was really born, in my opinion, as a need to stay current with the young people, their experience right now on the planet, and the inspiration, the brilliance they have, and the vision they have to respond.
My focus is trying to restore the connection with each other and the connection with the earth. And I carry that wisdom inside of me because of my experience.
This program has been a place for me to explore the impact and the true purpose of myself, and really going through that to develop how I can serve from within the community around me.
One thing I'm most grateful for in the incubator is just the convergence of diverse peoples and teachers and folks that so embody their work.
This program is different for me because it doesn't focus just on teaching you the skills that you need to start an organization or do all of those things, but also starts with the core. Is this mission alive in you? Is this what you're meant to do in this world? And then learning all of those things that come after that.
This is an opportunity to really honor the most alive, true, powerful expression you have inside yourself and turn it into a life. Turn it into your work in this world.
The more people we have saying yes to the calls of their souls,
the more we begin to heal the spaces that we occupy.
If you feel like you want to follow your heart, if there is a mission, if there is a call that you hear, there are tools and there are people that will support you to do that. It's not impossible.
What you're going to carry on after this is just supported by this network of people. You can reach out across the world for advice or just some motivation.
It is a time to just move into what humanity can really become. Every single visionary here is taking monumentous steps towards that.
All of her humanitarian work is now under the One Village Project, a regenerative model of visionary education and engagement that unites a global community of active and engaged humans in service to the highest expressions of ourselves, one another, and the earth. As one of my personal spiritual mentors and teachers, these words from Vanessa inspired me more than any other to be who I am today. The whole universe is being offered to you. Walk in a posture of gratitude and give what you want the most. Your life, as it is the spiritual path. Life itself is the holy path, a rare and precious gift, complete in its offering, to evolve the human being into a living, breathing state of unity. Each life is the perfect prescription for the soul that receives it. Please join me in welcoming the One Village Project, the Global Youth Summit, and the Institute for Emerging Visionaries into Grow's family of organizations receiving our donations for paving a path the next 7 generations can be thankful for. Together, grow.
Oh, so much heart there. My heart gets so activated.
It always gets me, even after the 100 times that I've seen it. For those, this is what's next, right? We're thinking about what happens to the children that we're saving and serving when they grow up. Can they be empowered and enabled and shown, and given an environment that is nurturing and loving, inclusive and empowering of their unique skills and gifts, the things that they are awaiting in their hearts and souls to give to this world? Can we provide an environment that nurtures that empowers that to grow, to mature, to be a visionary leader? I remember when I met with Vanessa, I came to her and probably a few months ago, and I said, this is what I'm doing. What do you think of this? What do you make of this? Because I have a lot of respect for Vanessa. She is a true humanitarian. She has put her entire life into making the differences that some of which you just witnessed in the video. And her reflection to me was she was really grateful for the work I've been doing. And she said, Save the Children is one of the older charities, and they're a big charity, and they've been around a long time, which means that, you're probably in good hands with them. At the same time, they're a really big charity, right? They have a lot of money. What about the smaller charities, the grassroots organizations? What about the people that you can connect with that are on the ground?
What about getting on the ground yourself? What about going to Ethiopia, Uganda, Malawi, Rwanda, Tanzania? What about you yourself getting there and identifying and working with the youth that's there and the leadership that they have inside of themselves? What happens when that leadership is activated inside of them? What are they going to do for the communities that they already live in and that they know better than we do? Right? We don't fully know and understand these cultures and what their needs are. If we can understand them and listen better and get behind what they're asking for and needing, maybe we can really support them, not just by putting money out there and sending food and supplies and all those things that do help. That's crisis intervention. Is that sustainable? Will that last? Are we going to make a real sustained impact, or are we just going to keep this as a business? Can we bring these communities into self-sustainable places where they don't need to take charity anymore, and maybe even put themselves into a position where they're providing assistance and providing support for the communities that are around them? That is what this mission is about. So what GROW is taking on with one village is the umbrella, I guess you can say. It's the head of the project. And underneath that is the Global Youth Summit that you see, which is on hold now because of COVID and gathering restrictions. And then there's the Emerging Leaders Program, which I'm the most excited about. That's still going on because those are much smaller gatherings, and a lot of it is one-on-one between mentors and the youth that is being sponsored to be in that program. And you saw an example in that video of some of the visions that these youth have for what they're trying to do in the world. So that's what we're getting behind. We're going to continue to sponsor the 26 children that we're sponsoring. We're going to continue to sponsor 2 new children through Save the Children every month. We're going to continue to provide donations to the Kumwe-Hub in Rwanda for the innovation that they're building there and the way that the Kumwe-Hub is interesting in terms of like they're building an innovation hub and serving their community in a different way. They're not necessarily working with children who are starving or who are sick or who are just born or infant mortality or any of those kinds of things at that level. They're innovating technology and environments so that these communities that are being served at those levels have a place to go to, a workforce to enter, a place to be trained and shown and educated, etc. That's what the Kumwe-Hub is doing in Rwanda. And so we'll continue to donate to that. In addition to that, we're going to start sending donations to One Village Project and everything that they're doing. You can find them on our website when we put them up there. And more information about what they're doing. They will also be, you will see all the donations that we're making to them in the same way that you've been seeing donations to Save the Children, right? It's through the metadata that we post with our receipts on chain. So everything's going to continue to be transparent. The One Village Project is a nonprofit organization. They're going to be, hopefully, as long as uphold the exchange that they're trying to register their nonprofit through, if it accepts their application, which we expect it to, they'll be able to accept our donations directly in ADA. And as we know, that audit trail is a lot easier to follow than the other audit trails that we have to deal with. Like, for example, the donations that go to sponsoring the children in Ethiopia, those have to be sold at the exchange, converted into USD, and then donated out through the PayPal account that we have set up with Save the Children for those sponsorships. Right? So that's a trickier audit trail. It's harder to provide proof of that. So I'm really excited about One Village coming on and being able to take our donations directly in ADA. It's really exciting. You know how ADA is. ADA grows too, right? That's the thing with this currency, as the purpose and value of the project is recognized and acknowledged by the global community, the value perception changes and it goes up. So 10 ADA today, that's about whatever it is, right? $15 is now suddenly $20, $30, or maybe someday $100, just 10 ADA, right? So having that kind of power is amazing. And I know that by the time that ADA gets to those prices, we're also going to be seeing we're going to have our stable coins that are out there as well. We're going to have other token projects that are out there that are providing utility and value as well, right? So we have to remember, ADA is the native fee-paying token of the infrastructure for the blockchain. It's layer 1. right? A lot of these other tokens that are being created are going to be for utility that is happening on layers built on top of layer one, okay? So I don't necessarily expect ADA to become a global currency. I think that the community and ecosystem that is ADA is going to build a stable coin that's going to become a global currency. That is my prediction for those of you who are here for predictions. So let's move on. We have one last announcement to share with you. You guys have been with us. We're going to be coming up. We're about an hour and a half now. I think this is probably going to wrap up in about another 30 minutes or so. I'm going to check and see. Maybe Sabrina, if you can check the comments. I haven't been looking at the comments in the last few minutes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I don't see any comments in the chat box on my end at all. So I'm not sure if I'm just not seeing them. I sent 2 out recently.
Okay, looks like Matthias came back. Yeah.
I don't think I can see chats on my end.
Sorry, buddy.
It's only year end, Ray.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, some people are just really convinced that we're just a bunch of white people trying to make ourselves look good, you know. And
well,
I'm really sad about that. I can see the perception, and I understand kind of why they are perceiving things that way. But what do you have to say?
Can I make a comment? I wasn't here. Yeah, I don't know what was shared or the comments. But what comes up for me is, gratitude, right? Because it may be not perceiving correctly or whatever, but it's like, oh, that's good feedback. How can we be more transparent and vulnerable, even then, more than we already are? Because if there's anyone who's not perceiving the integrity and the authentic, care, we could do something better. How could we do something better in our social media, what we share? And we talked a little bit about that. So it's more of like, oh, that's good feedback and inspiration. Not everyone is going to trust everything, but yeah, I just feel grateful for that kind of feedback, because it's like, oh, wow.
That's kind of the way I feel about it. It's whenever I see feedback like that, there's trolling there are trolls that aren't really there to be part of the conversation. They're there to actually just get attention for themselves. Okay. So in this particular case, it's hard to discern. I think it was a combination of that. Especially it looked, and I was hearing from someone else in a private chat that I'm having with someone, that it looked like the same person was coming in through multiple accounts. Okay. So when you start to see that, that's a little bit more trolling and less about being in the conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm still looking at it. I'm like, what this person is sharing with me is landing? What's sticking? Right? What do I feel like that I need to defend? Do I need to defend anything? Do I feel like I'm doing anything wrong? Do I know if I'm doing anything wrong? And this is where the humility comes in. The humility comes in because I am a white guy, and I am serving Black rural communities in Africa. So it does on the surface kind of look like it might be performance activism. Maybe I'm trying to draw attention to myself. Maybe I'm here in a popularity contest, and I want to be the best pool in the world, and this is the way that I think I need to do it. It's not those things.
It's so not.
It's not those things, but
so not who you are.
It doesn't mean that there aren't people who feel that it might be that. Okay, and I feel that the one of the sensitivities that I have about this, okay, because that's the thing. What I see happening a lot of time with that kind of trolling, especially, is they're not listening to the whole conversation. They're reacting to a very small piece, and that is triggering them. So I'm there because I'm like, okay, this is triggering you. It means that you're coming with something. You've got a story around this already. You have your own preconceived notions of this, and what's happening is what you're seeing on the screen is triggering you and what you already believe, which means you're not in this conversation. What you're bringing to me is what you already believed before you met me, before you knew what Cardano was doing, before you even saw this video. That's the trigger. So I still listen to it though, because the humility that I have here. That's right. Thank you for that, Rick. That's true. There is a war in the country. And I noticed that a lot of the comments coming from that account that was jumping around, they kept mentioning Eritrea. And Eritrea is a country just to the northwest or northeast of bordering Ethiopia. And that country has a very long-standing political and wartime conflict with Ethiopia. This I know. And I cannot pretend to understand what people in that country or Ethiopia feel about each other as a collective. I've gathered a lot of intel around it. I have a sense, but I can't speak for everybody. The other thing too that I want to mention here, especially with this kind of activism and this kind of charity and the way that we're helping people and the way that we're doing this. Okay, I am sure out there, especially in the Ethiopian population, there's going to be people that have mixed feelings about this. They are feeling that they're grateful on one hand, maybe. They're like, okay, thank you for this. And then, like I know myself and many other people, we have pride, right? We have pride, right? We are a strong people. We are a beautiful people. We don't need handouts. We don't need your help. We can do this ourselves. And I've seen how the Prime Minister of Ethiopia has dealt with the international community around this conflict, specifically the United Nations, and how the United Nations has been kind of poking their head into the business of this country. And each time they've done it, the Prime Minister and his cabinet and his government has responded the same way each time. Thank you, but no thank you. We don't need your help. We don't want you here. Okay. So I have to concede that there's always going to be people who are grateful and at the same time feel like they don't want it because it's about their pride and it's about them doing it for themselves. Okay. So to all of you out there who are, listening to this and hearing this, my only true hope in all of this is that there's a place where we can quiet the mind and open our heart and listen truly to each other and try to understand the person that is in front of you as much as you can. Don't come with judgment and fear. Don't come with all of your beliefs and everything that you think you already know. That's the quiet the mind part. Come with the heart open. Try to have compassion for what is happening. Try to see past the way that you see and try to understand. That is why I was having that conversation with these people. That's why I was letting myself go back and forth with people that might just be trolling me and don't really care about the conversation. Because they have a heart too. Whoever they are, there is a person behind that. And they're probably in pain. And so my compassion is there for them too. It's there for you if you're watching this. I'm sorry that you feel the way that you do. And I hope that you find a way to understand what this really is all about. So even when you do something pure, there will always be ignorant folks whose ego and agenda wants to be heard. We're not whites helping blacks. We're people helping people. Race is irrelevant here. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that message. I really appreciate that, Toddy. And Harry, an agreement, yes.
And I just want to add, can I add something?
Go ahead.
From my heart, there's so much that I want to say, but I do also, want to acknowledge that I come with a certain privilege, in the world just because of how I look. I'm a white Latina woman, and what can I do with that privilege? It's real, and I'm doing good things with it, and it's part of kind of accepting the reality is, unfortunately there are ones with privilege, and so it's a privilege to me to be able to do something good with it. Sure.
Yeah, that's a whole conversation, you know, and one, you know, there's enough want and demand. Maybe this is just a conversation we need to have at some point as a community. I suspect I've had this conversation before in other lives that I've done on other subjects outside of the Cardano community. And it's always a hot topic. I mean, it even gets to the point where people, they're even willing to argue that we're not, that this isn't a question of privilege or not. And it's kind of more along the lines of what Toddy is saying, which is we're just people helping people. And I think that where people get a little triggered is when the white people help the black people. But what about when the black people help the white people? And when the white people help the Latino people, and Latino help the German people, and the German people help the Japanese people, and all of the help that is going on out there that we're not even seeing that's happening. What are we going to do? Are we going to call out some privileged racist comment on all of those people just because they're helping something that looks different and lives different than them? No. But again, right? It's like, oh, it's the frustration, and then it's the heart. I have to be in compassion. So we're going to move this conversation over. Thanks for those of you who are still here. I feel like I have a pretty loyal core group that stayed with us. We're coming up on 2 hours. And we're going to share with you here the last announcement that we're making on this show. It's a really big announcement. It probably deserves its own show. But since you're here, you're going to be the first one to hear about it. This is something that Sabrina and I have been working on now for a while. You know, for a while, there's been a lot of people saying, hey, do you guys have a shirt? Do you guys have mugs? Do you guys have merchandise? Do you have a store? You know, how do we do this? And as you can see, now we do. Sabrina's sporting a beautiful dress with the Grow Pool logo on it. So what I'm gonna take you on a little tour of what we've done with our store. We have a store now where you can go and purchase Grow merchandise and gifts for the children through us. We're providing a service of allowing you to purchase a gift with ADA. Everything in the store is ADA. The only way you can buy anything in the store is with ADA. You can buy a gift with ADA, but you can't right now do a Save the Children. You can't do it with ADA. And we will take that in, convert it to USD, and make that contribution to Save the Children on your behalf. There's absolutely no profit in that for us. There's just time being spent in making that possible for you. That's something we're offering here through this website. So let me go ahead and I don't know. Would you like to do the tour, or you want me to do the tour, Sabrina?
No, you do it. You've got your screen on, and yeah, you're just good with that kind of stuff. It was fun. It was fun being a part of creating it with you.
Okay, so how do we get to the store? That's the first thing. There's a couple of ways. Okay, so here's how we get to the store. So this is the Grow Pools website. Okay, so the way that you come here is you go to growpools.io. It's one way to get here. You'll notice that the website link is on every pool tool, right? Pooltool.io, pool.pm, adapools.org. It's everywhere. It's even in CC Vault's wallet, for example, right? There's a link to the website there in the list of pools and their rankings. So you're going to be able to get to the website here through there. That's one way to do it. And right here at the top, you come to the Grow store. Store.growpools.io is the website for that. And we see some familiar things here. This is the same banner image that we're using on our Twitter account. This is an image that we created for our new token, which I'll show you here in a moment. Up here is the menu, of course, home, product collections. You can contact us, ask us questions about what you're seeing. And then here's just a quick share. All the products in the store can be purchased using ADA and only ADA. So why am I doing that? I'm doing that because part of my mission at being here in the crypto community, in the crypto industry, is to help move us as a society, as a people, as a government, and all of it away from the fiat banking, central banking industry of this planet, and into the hands of the decentralized global financial operating systems that are currently being built by Cardano and the other major players that are here with us. We're not doing this alone. So the point that I'm making here is I want to start to have the experience of what it's like to be supporting only crypto. Right now, I'm only supporting ADA. The payment gateway that we are using is called NOWPayments. I was very fortunate to find this payment gateway, NOWPayments. For those of you who are curious, it does plug into Shopify. It is a custom dev private app that you have to build. It's very easy to do. They give you a very easy guide, and you can actually have the ADA that is being paid through the store land in the wallet of your choice, an ADA functioning wallet. So we've made it possible through that payment gateway. Thank you so much, NOWPayments, for that. They have a very low fee. They only charge 0.5% of the transaction. So Shopify actually isn't making any money off of any of those of these transactions. All of those fees are going either to Cardano as the network, or 0.5% is going to NOWPayments, for those of you who are curious about that. And so we're only taking payments in ADA. We will be taking payments in Coty and other ecosystem partners like Chainlink and the other guys that are working with us and building out and supporting crypto industry as a whole. The prices that you see in the store are going to be listed in USD. That's the most familiar. I am working on a currency converter. So if you come from the UK or Australia or Great Britain or another Canada or some other country, the currency will be listed in your local currency. So you'll see what it costs if you bought it with your own local currency. The currency conversion will happen at the checkout. Okay. And here you can, again, purchase official merchandise and gifts for the children around the world. So this is a lot of the work that Sabrina's been doing. Sabrina has made it possible for the front end of the store to link into where these shirts are being made and where her dress is being made. We have a back end that is just printing these shirts and then distributing them for us. So the shirt that you're getting is coming directly from the manufacturer, from the print shop that prints it. There's a number of different print shops that are aligned with that back end. So Sabrina made it possible to kind of automate that process a little bit more. And right now we're focusing on just the shirts for men and for women. And some of these shirts actually classify as unisex. Here you see we have a short sleeve t-shirt with the logo off to the left, kind of like more of a uniform t-shirt. And over here we have the larger logo in front. If I come in here and I take a look at this, we'll see that the shirts also have our space bud on the right shoulder. So you're going to see our little space bud guy sitting on the right shoulder of the shirt. You can kind of see it here a little bit off to the right of the sleeves of these models here in the picture. You can if you click on it, it'll show you the pictures. Yeah, here are the pictures.
Yeah,
so there's the rear of the shirt. This is another actually logo image that Sabrina actually initially created as a meme for us. And then I brought it and did a little bit of work to grow right into there. Had some fun making this image. I hope you guys like that. We are going to be playing with other images. I think even our banner, we'll make a background for the shirt, and then some other fun Save the Children and other humanitarian type images that we're going to be using here on the back of these shirts. But this is what the shirt looks like now. This is the front. There's the Space Bud logo on the side. Okay. Go over here to product collections. And here we can also see some of the women's dresses. Sabrina's sporting the sleek tank dress with the small logo. And then there's also the large logo tank dress as well. Again, these prices are in USD. If we come back over to our product collections, we're going to see also two different categories of gifts that we are making possible through Grow Pool store. Okay, you can go to these places and make these donations yourself. This isn't just something that you exclusively get through Grow. What's exclusive through this store at the moment is being able to pay for these things with ADA. Okay, because we're going to take that ADA and we're going to convert it to USD at the 5-day moving price, or the moving price at the time of purchase. Okay, obviously with crypto's volatility, that's a little tricky. Liquidity is a very tricky thing, obviously, in this industry. So that we're working on that. That's why we're being careful with how all of this works. So for emergency supplies through the pool, you'll be able to purchase a clean water kit, an emergency shelter kit, an emergency food kit, and a newborn supplies and emergencies kit. Okay, this is what we're providing through the store. Save the Children has a lot more of this in a catalog. If you go to their store and you look up their gifts of joy catalog, you will see these gifts and a number of other gifts, including animals, cows, goats, rabbits, chickens. I'm real careful with those. I've heard some interesting things about, the movement of animals through charity and landing in the wrong ecosystem and, disrupting the ecosystem and all the problems with humans moving, animals of nature around the planet. I saw in Hawaii where we had a rodent problem. Rodents are nocturnal, and we introduced the mongoose, and somehow the people who introduced the mongoose forgot or somehow didn't realize that the mongoose weren't going to see those rodents because they're nocturnal, and the mongoose are daily. They're in the day, so they don't see each other, and the mongoose problem just exploded. It's like, oh my God. So, humans trying to do good, and we ended up not doing good. So that's something I'm always sensitive to and cautious of when I'm dealing with this and what's happening here. So back to home. So this image here that opens the store is also part of a new token distribution that we're doing. So Grow now has a token, and the point of this token, for starters, is to celebrate the support that we have for the pool. So delegators to Grow, and for a short time, others will receive these tokens through their delegations, and for the general ADA holder population through the DripDropz campaign. Shout out to DripDropz and all those guys. We're going to make Grow token available for a short time to all of you. So what is Grow token, and what will it be able to do for you? In the near future, when this happens on the 1st with DripDropz and people start getting a hold of Grow token and some other innovation that we have to do in the checkout process, we're going to make it so that Grow tokens can be used as deep discounts for your purchases. So if you have Grow tokens, you'll be able to get a significant discount on what you are purchasing. And this includes the gifts to the Save the Children. So there is the discounts that we're going to be offering for Grow, merchandise, and also as we build liquidity with this token, we'll actually make it possible for you to make full purchases of anything that is in the store with a Grow token. So we're really wanting to make the Grow token something that you can actually use as a legitimate currency. It has its own utility. And, I hope to do a lot of other things that are on the workbench and in the idea space right now. For now, Grow token has a supply of 102 million tokens. It has an open policy. It was first minted on the 3rd of March, just after we launched with our native asset capabilities in Mary earlier this year. So that's when we first minted the very first Grow token, and we updated it recently with this image and the supply also to handle the large community of ADA holders that we have. Every single ADA holder, over 1 million ADA holders, I think at this point, are going to have one Grow token, at least one Grow token. If you are staking with Grow, you'll be getting 108 Grow tokens every epoch for a certain number of epochs, and we're working on the details for that. We'll put that information on our website. So that is really everything that we have to announce with you. This has been a huge broadcast. We've shared a lot. It's been deeply emotional and moving to share all of this with you, especially receiving the letters from the children that we've received. I'm going to get out of the share here. Come back. Hi, Sabrina.
Hi.
Is there anything you would like to say or share? I need to go to the bathroom real quick before I wrap this up. Would you like to take this for a minute or two? And is there anything that you would like to share with everybody?
I can.
Okay.
If people want to hang out while I share some things.
Yeah, hang out with guys. I'm watching the comments in the comment section. It's been pretty quiet after those guys left. So again, for those of you who are here, thank you. Look at what we're doing. Look at how far we've come. This is just 1.5 years. We have a store, we have a token. We've sponsored 26 children, we're taking them out of poverty. We're taking on a project now that is going to bring an opportunity to those children, I hope, and other children around the world who are becoming adults, young adults, how to serve their communities, surround them with tool sets, surround them with community skill building techniques, surround them with social emotional learning concepts and techniques that Amala Foundation and Vanessa has been doing for the last 20 years, and to serve those 6,000 children with that. There are so many tools that we have that are going to be coming here with One Village Project. They are going to be coming here with all the beauty and the soul and the passion and the humanitarian spirit that just that organization has. Never mind Save the Children and their 100-year mission. And for those of you who didn't know, Save the Children has saved, in their books and by their metrics and measurements, 1 billion children in the 100 years that they have been in business. It's a lot of children that have been served in one way or the other. I recently saw a video of some of the children that have been sponsored through the years with Save the Children. They grow up, obviously, and they start to sponsor kids themselves. And I've seen a number of videos of them sponsoring children through Save the Children and telling their story of that.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah, Save the Children is doing a pretty good job of bringing that out so that we can see those stories. Those stories really matter for us, right? We know that we're actually making these impacts and we're doing the right thing. So
go pee.
Yeah, let me go take care of that. I want to say a few more things. Let me go take care of that for a second. I'll be right back.
Well, I think I'll just introduce myself and then just speak from my heart. For those of you who don't know, I'm Sabrina, and Ray and I are brother sister. And we've always been very close and had a lot of very similar core values. So when he came to me, sharing about his vision and what he's doing, on the Cardano blockchain as a stake pool operator. Of course, all of that was over my head because I was not involved in crypto at all. I could feel his heart and I could feel what was possible. And so I was inspired to join him and just helping him behind the scenes. He taught me how to do a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, entering the metadata, and I do the donations to Save the Children with the ADA Pay, and just details like that. I post things on social media. I repost his Twitter stuff onto social media, and I make little memes. And so that's kind of my role. And, through being a part of it, I've had a lot of light bulbs go off. And and there you're back.
Right.
I was just,
well, you know how that is. Always feels better.
just introducing
I noticed
myself,
the
right?
pressure ends up. It makes me want to rush.
You can't hear me. I was just introducing myself, saying a little bit about what I do, and yeah. So I think I feel. Let's see, where was I? Yeah, I'll just end with saying that why I'm here. I'm someone who has to feel the integrity of something, and the love and the heart of something to be involved in it, and and the sense that it can really create positive change within what I feel is important. So that's why I'm working with my brother, and I love my brother and I love working with him because he's a really good person. But I really like this vision, so it's an honor to be a part of it. And yeah. And this is a really cool dress. I kind of want to show the back, but it's hard because I can't show it on the video very easily. But I like the back a lot.
Just do like a quick little twist.
Yeah, let's see if I can do it justice.
Oh yeah, beautiful. Oh wow.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, that's really nice. I really love it.
It looks good.
What is the material made out of? What is
this
that
one? This one is, it's not natural like some of the t-shirts we have. It's it's a spandex mix. I'll have to look exactly. I think it's a polyester spandex cotton mix.
Okay.
So next I'd like to find an organic dress, but it's really nice. It's very sleek, so it's a little bit dressier.
Yeah, it looks really sleek. When you try, I could see when you turned around, I was able to see it had a little bit of a sheen to it too. So it's elegant. It's a really nice dress. Almost looks. Is it comfortable to like work, like or made to walk?
It's super
and, like,
comfortable. Because it slides. It doesn't. It like hugs and it's very sexy. But I could technically work out in it. I could dance in it. I'm just wearing it around the house. Yeah, it's very comfortable. It's stretchy.
Seems like it's very comfortable.
And it kind of falls in a nice, I like where it falls.
Yeah, it looks great. It's just the first time I've seen it on anyone, so I'm really, really excited about that. Wow. Wow, what a show. We're right at 2 hours right now, on this minute. We've been here together for 2 hours. And we've covered a lot of ground. We shared with all of you the letters that we received from the children that were sponsoring. Some of the children wrote 2 letters, and some of the children received the letters that we had written them earlier this year. It was really very, very comforting to know that they're actually getting them. And then and I'm hoping that things have improved enough for this to continue. You also got to see where Grow is expanding and the new partnership that we have with One Village Project and its Global Youth Summit and the Emerging Leadership Program that they've built through the years. We're really excited about taking them on, and I think stay tuned. I will be bringing them on and doing a show with them at some point, and asking them questions. It'll be an opportunity for all of you also to meet and greet. And we got to have some conversation around the tension that there is in the charity space, and the people who have trouble with the charity space, or the people who have trouble watching white people help other colored people, and vice versa. And like our friend Toddy said, beautiful, even when you do something pure, there will always be those people who ego and agenda wants to be heard. We're not whites helping blacks. We're helping people helping people. Okay. That is the message here. My heart goes out to those of you who are triggered by this, and who may be upset by some of this. If you want to continue this discussion offline, and it's genuine, and you want to participate in a discussion, I am open to you. I'm open to understanding where you're coming from, and I hope that you can also be open to understanding where we're coming from. This is not a game. These are people's lives that have been changed forever already this year. This is only the beginning of what we're capable of doing, and this is a small team now. I look around me now, and there are hundreds, thousands of pools now. In the mission-driven pool group that I'm a member of, there are over 100 pools who are doing work with charity, who are making a difference in the lives of the people and the communities that surround them that they care about, and not just people. We're cleaning up oceans, we're planting trees, we're looking at what the problems are that we've created and that we continue to create, and that we will continue to create if we don't make a change. We're not alone in this. So I'm here for you all. I'm here to continue this discussion. I'm incredibly grateful for all of you and what you have given us. We have grown so much. Grow Pool now is unbelievable. We're 78% saturated. I never saw that coming. And I want to do everything I can to keep as many of you as I possibly can. I know a lot of you are with Grow because of the Sunday Swap ISO that's coming. That is coming very, very soon. That's already, actually, the scoopers are already running on the test nets. So I expect release to mainnet to be very soon. And I know a lot of you have reached out to me and said, I came here for Sunday, but I'm staying because of your mission. So that touches me.
And I also know that there's a lot of small pools out there that are losing their stake to this ISO. So, and I want to let a lot of you know who are watching this, if grows your home, you can stay with us. We're happy to have you. And I also want you to know that there's a lot of other pools out there that are doing things that are amazing too. They're smaller pools and they're struggling right now because they're losing a lot of stake to this ISO. The DeFi ecosystem is firing up and it's going to become even more competitive than it already is. So, and I encourage you as a delegator to look at the role that you play in the health of this ecosystem. You really, truly are the power of Cardano. It is your stake and your confidence and your investment in what we're building here that is making everything here possible, including what we're doing with our missions. You matter, that the choices that you make matter. Think about where you're making your delegation. Look at some of those small pools, support them as much as you can. CC Vault and NAMI, and I'm not sure about Yoroi, but I know NAMI and CC Vault and another one called Typhon. These are all wallets that have been developed by people in our community. CC Vault in particular, I'm always going to be promoting because I love it and I use it myself, ccvault.io. They have made it possible now for multi-delegation. So you can make one wallet and put whatever your ADA is in there, and then create what are called accounts, multiple accounts within the wallet, and each account can stake to a different pool. Okay, so we don't have to have one big wallet going to just one pool. We can have a number of different pools delegated to. Okay, there's an account out there on Twitter, Ada Whale. A lot of you may know him, or him or her, I'm not sure. But they are promoting small pools as well. And I think they have a tweet that goes out every week with new small pools that you can follow and support. Okay, I'm going to start doing that myself. Please follow the mission-driven pool group, missiondrivenpools.org. There's a lot of pools there doing a lot of really good things in this community. I mean, there's so many people to thank on this journey. People who have helped me at a technical level with the pool, who are builders and developers who are making it possible for Cardano to be as awesome as it is today. Thank you. You know who you are. I thank you for everything that you're doing every single day. Some of you have become full-time this last year. I'm so excited that your energy is full-time here in this community. All the ADA holders, everybody who has been with Grow from the beginning, and those of you who have just started your journey, this is what we're all about. This is what we do. This is how we do it. This is the love that we have for this community and for making this project what it is here to be. Economic identity for the 3 billion people in the world who don't have it. And to get all of those people who are unconnected right now, have no access to all of these services and all of this wealth and everything that we're building, bring them that potential, bring them that connection to the World Mobile Project that's building on us and others. Thank you, Sabrina, for everything that you've done. Having someone to talk to about this is itself amazing. The fact that you're my sister and I get to have a family business here with you is a dream for me. It really is a dream to be able to work with you and to actually have something that I've always wanted to work with you. I believe so much in your work and what you believe in, and keep an eye out, guys. Sabrina is going to be bringing some fire to this mission as well. She has her own personal mission that she's very excited about. I'll let her share more about that at another time. But Grow will continue to grow in our reach and in the impacts that we're trying to make in this world. We've only changed the lives of a few. And at the same time, those lives are changed forever. And I hope that we're showing you that this is a way of many ways to do this. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. If you have questions, please leave comments. Please hit the like button. That really means a lot to us too. Subscribe. We're going to be doing more of these, especially with this new mission. We're going to be, there's going to be a lot more updates and a lot more news coming out from us. So definitely follow us. Happy holidays, and the New Year's coming. 2021 was crazy. I am calling in a year that is a strong, clear, grounded mirror
for the beauty and the gifts that you have inside of your soul. I'm going to leave you with a quote from Vanessa, the one that has really moved me and has inspired me to follow this dream and to be here in front of all of you today. The entire universe, the whole world, is being offered to you. Walk in a posture of gratitude and give what you want the most. I love you. Thank you. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, everybody.